Hi everyone, this is Eric Starks doing my case study on Miller Coors Brewing Company. Give you guys a little bit of background on the company itself. It's a business unit and a subsidiary under the leadership of Molson Coors Brewing Company. The Miller Coors brand was founded in 2008 when Molson Coors and business unit Saab Miller created a joint venture for their operation in the United States. The company is currently the second largest brewery in the United States behind their arch rival based in St. Louis, Missouri, Anheuser-Busch. The mission of Miller is winning in beer through their critical success factors of earning customer preference, elevating their brand, fueling their growth, and engaging with people and embracing their responsibility. The vision of the company is being America's best beer. Some of the core competencies of the company are through their activities and tools that support their supplier development and diversity, and then they want to win with America. Some of their popular products that they produce within their breweries are Blue Moon, Coors Light, Henry's Hard Soda, Miller Lite, and Red's Ales. A little bit of background information on the Coors brand. In 1873, Adolph Coors founded the brewery in Golden, Colorado. Some of their, I guess, things that they are known for are their aluminum can. They used their aluminum can in 1959 instead of using glass bottles. And one of their, I guess, um, sustained to help them sustain back in the day was giving a penny for every person that returned their aluminum can to them to try and recycle and I guess continue to fuel the company. One of the public trademarks of the company was the silver bullet can. It kind of revolutionized the style and shape of the can, which Coors still uses to today. It became a publicly traded company in 1975. One, I guess, one fun fact about the company as well is it was the first brewery to actually have their own brewer inside a major league ballpark, which is Coors Field. The Colorado Rockies play in Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. A little bit information on the Milwaukee brewery, Miller. They settled in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and their founding father was Frederick Miller, and this was established in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. One thing about both companies, Molson Coors is the parent company over Miller Coors and is a publicly traded company on the stock exchange. Miller itself is a privately owned company. Molson itself is a Canada-based brewery. It's the largest brewery in Canada, and that was established in 1786 under John Molson's leadership in Montreal, Canada. The merge between the companies started in 2005, um, with Molson Coors owning 58% of the company and Saab Miller owning 42% of their share to combine their U.S. and Puerto Rican businesses to form the enterprise Miller Coors. I guess, a little bit of information about the industry itself. There's currently about 3,400 breweries inside the United States. One of the key factors is actually owning the distribution channel. So if you own that distribution channel, you probably one of the top brewers in the United States as well as within the industry. Another fun fact: 27 out of the 100 top beverage companies are beer companies. Anheuser-Busch is currently the top leader in beverage supplier. So they're beating out Pepsi as well as Coca-Cola on the beverage food supply chain. And then 9 companies actually control 90% of the beer industry that's sold in the United States. So some of your top performers would be Anheuser-Busch, owning about 45% of their 45% of the industry. You have Miller, which owns about 26%. Heineken owns about 4%. In Boston, beer company owns about 2, as well as Pabst. A little bit of structure of the company. So we have about 8 locations and breweries within the United States itself, ranging from Milwaukee, Fort Worth, Texas, Golden, Colorado, Eden, North Carolina, Albany, Georgia, Elkton, Virginia, Trenton, Ohio. The headquarters is currently based in Chicago, Illinois. So it's actually right across the street from the Willis Towers, also known as the Sears Tower. One of the challenges that I spoke about within my paper that Miller Coors is actually going through right now is they saw a need and kind of a gap in their portfolio with a Mexican beer. So internationally, beer sales have actually increased over the years, and in most recent years, and craft beers as well as international beers have been on the rise for the last couple of years. But craft beers have kind of remained constant, but the need for Mexican beer actually doubled from last year to this year by about, I would say, 15%. So one of the things that Miller Coors identified was their need to fill a Mexican brew. And with that, they can't just make up their own Mexican beer. So they would have to either merge with an already existing company that has that, or try and take over one of the breweries that is currently in the industry. Sol was actually one of Sol was actually one of the beers that they identified as a need, and they went after that. Heineken before that had Sol beer, and it was founded in 1899, so it's been around for a while. Heineken, when they had the beer, they owned a partial share of it in 2004, and then owned the full ownership of the company in 2010. One thing that they did, they didn't really do anything with it branding wise, so they kind of kept the beer the same, kind of changed the labels, but really didn't have any type of marketing structure or anything to I guess, focus on the beer they already have. A few other beers within their company, so they couldn't give them, I guess, the most attention that they needed to get from that. So Miller Coors actually purchased that earlier this year. Two things that they need to work on would be owning the remainder shares of the company, so they own about 80% within their network, and then they would need to, I guess, reintroduce as well as innovate their new target market here in the U.S. and to their broad customers. So it's only a matter of time before we see, if they can, if this move is a successful move for them, and if they are able to get this off the ground and running, or if they will have to, not invest as much into it, or have to sell it themselves. So I think if they are able to overcome this challenge, they can definitely improve their portfolio within their beers abroad, and try and introduce this to their U.S. citizens and customers that they currently have. Thank you.